it out. It's not a bad idea. Maybe I can offer you some advice on stuff. Yeah, can you pluck your A?
I'm
Okay.
out of I'm quite
Yeah,
out of
can you bring it up?
yeah,
Just
just a
twist it up a
second.
turn. What?
Just a second. My brother keeps messing with the settings, so I'm gonna just fix it.
Oh, you sound fine.
It just looks weird from my side.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
What did this?
All right. Well, why don't you we'll come back to you then, I guess, if you got things you're working on. So next on this is welcome everyone, and today we're gonna review some of this bow uh, hold and collection. We're gonna try first off. Let's start with our German bow hold. It's kind of like you're holding a. It's kind of like you're holding a okay, and let's tune. Oh, and if you're ever wondering, what you actually have to do is come in from underneath the bow, put your second finger through in between the hair and the stick, and then your first finger over top. Yeah, and we'll get a C in. Now, Ayla, you want to turn your A up a little bit?
Is this?
Yeah, up. You gotta twist it in. All right. Or still, maybe another whole twist. Good. All right. So the next part about this is that we've got this kind of bow hold. Those of you who weren't here, and this is the sort of like German bow hold that was used on viola da gambas. And and then probably the very first bow hold was just like this one, right? We're just gonna grab it in a fist. And that's super handy if you're playing something that involves fairly simple beats and it's really long. I saw in the it's the Goreski String Quartet. A colleague of mine was playing it, and it was just these like C's, and it just went for a long, long time. And she just switched. She just said, "Ah, the heck with this. I can do it with it. I can do it with just this, this hand here." So you can get a nice big sound. And it's really quite comfortable. Go ahead and try it. Ready? Let's play C fourth finger and C bottom open string. 1, 2, 3. So we're playing double stops. And you could probably even make up a melody that goes sort of along that. For instance, if you were to like move around. Switch some fingers around like that and keep up this kind of bow style. Everything's a quarter note, and you just sort of play around with like notes on this string somewhere. Does anybody want to try one, or would you like me to? Anybody want to try? Like I'll show something. I'm just gonna compose right now. Ready? So here's me just kind of saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna make up something. I'm gonna keep this C, and I'm gonna keep just quarter notes. Boom, boom, boom. So you're always gonna hear pretty similar thing, right?" That can be a perfectly fine standalone kind of piece of music. And if you view yourselves, all right, and you imagine yourselves making something new, making something groovy, you can often just sort of set up some rules for yourself. For instance, I said to myself, I'm just going to play quarter notes. That's it. I'm going to play at one tempo. That's it. And I'm going to play on just these two strings, okay? And I'm always going to play a Z, right? Along with it. That can be like a set of structures upon which you make a piece, okay? Now, we've talked a little bit about playing along with recordings. Have any of you done that recently? Like found a recording that you really like and you're like, oh yeah, I want to figure out yes, Ivan, you have? Good. Have you, and if you, your microphone on, can you turn on your microphone so you can answer some questions on this? So, what kind of a piece was it, and what was your aim?
It was really kind of a calm piece, and it was just to learn that type of music.
Oh yeah, sort of a calm piece. Was it really long, like over, say, 5 minutes?
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna learn the whole thing.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and so you were able to play it and then play along with some music, make up some music along with it. Cool, cool. What kinds of things did you come up with? For instance, did you play calm music along with the calm music? Or did you try and distinguish it, like make something that was like, this is really intense?
I just played more calm music.
Okay, cool. Would you like to try some with me? And I'll provide sort of like a calming thing at the beginning, and then you can come up with something.
Sure.
Okay, great. So here is me playing some sort of calming music. Now these are C's and G's, so you can get your bearings. Now notice how he's doing it. Yeah. Now I'm going to go to the F. Ready? And now it's the F and C. Now try new notes. And you can play a lot of the same notes to make that work. Because all the same notes will work right with it. Now I'm going to return back. Hey, nice work. That's great. I'll give Ivan an applaud on that one. That's great. Super. Would anyone else like to try making up a song? Yeah, go for it.
Actually, I was just wondering, because I've been, like, my brother's been, like, I guess, kind of learning how to play cello-ish, because I
Uh-huh.
use this book, which is a book I use, the Essential Elements one.
Right.
Um, and I guess he came up with some kind of thing in here, and I helped him come up with that, but it's not very good because it's like all A's and D's.
Oh, I'm sure it's just fine. All I did was play C's and G's. Does anybody else want to try? Something else? Okay, good addition on this. Let's see. Who would like to provide a background for another person to play on? For instance, some kind of repeated note. You could be the beats. Oh, come now. If we were in a classroom, I could actually point on someone. Actually, I kind of can, can't I? Yeah. So let's try this. Let's try this. Skylar, will you come up with something? Will you come up with a beat upon which we'll play? Just kind of repeat it. It could be plucked. It could be like. It could be something. Just make something that kind of repeats and plays along. Yeah, it could be anything at all. Start with plucking on something. Start even with like tapping on the instrument. Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm listening.
I don't know.
Okay. Then what comes next? Yes. Uh-huh. Good. All right. Okay, keep that up. Keep repeating that. All right. Hey, no, that's great. Sorry, I kind of finished a musical idea. Skylar, that was great. Everybody give Skylar an applause on that one. By all means, definitely support her. And now you might think like, oh, well, it's just a series of open strings. Guess what? When you're playing guitar, that's a whole series of open strings. And when you pluck a note on a piano, oh, I guess you can't really see. I have a big piano right here underneath the computer. When you play a note on a piano or hit something over here, that is an open string as well. There's nothing that you can do to that note once you hit it, okay? So when you pluck an open string, it has a resonance and it has a sound, and it's a perfectly valid piece, musical device to use. So good on you for that, okay? Yeah, super. All right, so now that we're let's go. Now that we've had a little bit of sort of creation stuff, let's make sure that everybody's in shape over here. Let's go back to our regular normal bow hold. We were kind of goofing off with the German bow hold at first, and of course you can use it. And we kind of goofed off with the fist bow hold, which all of these are totally valid ways to hold the bow. But if you want a little bit more flexibility and to be able to do a lot more stuff with the bow, make it bounce, make it not bounce, then what I do is I lay my fingers over top like this, and I curl them in so they touch. And then my thumb comes in last on this particular set. I bring in my thumb over like this, and then I'm holding the bow. Okay. Now I'm going to very quickly share a screen, and I think that what we have in here, oh, it's the box suites. Where's my here's the scale book that I'm looking for. All right, and we are doing C major because I'd like to sort of like bring this back into the realm of making sure that we have all the right fingerings and we feel really comfortable with this. For instance, we're going to use a third finger on the C string and a third finger on the G string, but then a second finger on the F and a second finger on, second finger on the D string and a second finger on the A string. Okay, so here we go. Ready? And starting with the low C. And. Okay, now D, third finger E, F, G, A, this is B, third finger, fourth finger C. second finger F, fourth finger G, open A, first finger B, and second finger C. B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Now we're into the third fingers, B natural. Okay. And now there's G, F, E, D, and C. Okay. Now every single one of these, every single scale follows this pattern, but it just depends on which finger you start with. It all has this same whole step and a whole step, and then we have a half step in here. Two fingers that are immediately adjacent to each other, okay? Then we're going to go over here, and then we're going to have whole steps and a whole step and a whole step, and then we're going to have a half step over here. And it's the same all the way up. And once you have that particular pattern going, then there will be a gravitational pull. As soon as you play a series of notes with that pattern, there will be a gravitational pull to one of these C's eventually. Something about the B natural will lead you to C. Something about the F natural will lead you down to E as part of the chord, okay? And something about, let's see, where are the other notes? D is kind of static, A is kind of static, but the resolution of this F down and this B up in terms of half steps will lead you to sort of this C thing that's going on, okay? And this is the sort of the basics of music theory, is like what we perceive to be the direction of music and what it does to us, and what it's trying to communicate. And so we start to understand like what these building blocks will do, and start to recognize, you know, like what is the term? Predict them. Okay. So now I'd like to go on to this bit. Okay. And here is the C major. Whoops. Arpeggio right here. Okay. And we'll do it in its bass clef. And we're looking for this C right here. And these are the building blocks of C major because of where the notes are on our overtone series. So let's play this one. This is the third finger over here. We won't have any second fingers until we arrive here, but watch out for it. Ready? And I'm gonna cover this up. Ready? And C. E. G. Fourth finger C. First finger E. Fourth finger G. And C. Now back down. E. Fourth finger C. Open G. Third finger. And C. Okay? Now this can be played pretty quickly. For instance, watch this. Okay? So, what? Does anybody want to try a scale? Anybody want to try that? If you want, if you want to try, do you want me to bring back the music? Yeah. Okay. Bringing back the music. Here we go. All right. So who do we have? Who do we have trying out the? Yeah. Okay. Skylar, go for it. You got it. Okay. Everybody, hang out and watch for a second. And here she goes. Oh, sure. Doesn't matter how fast. Oh, you may be, let me unmute you. There we go. Okay, now try it. This is good. Yeah, that's great. Hey, applaud that. That's super. All right. Anybody else want to try? Go for it, Ivan.
got it.
Oh no, you got it. This is good. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, just keep that. Now remember that fourth finger is going to be over on the G string. It's going to be a C.
Which line though?
The top one that you see on that page. So right in here. Good, good, good. So what? Right over here. See if you can get yourself over to the G string on the third note. If you can get those first three notes, I think you're golden. Try it again. Yeah, that's the secret. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, anybody else want to try before I go? I've got to take off it being Tuesday. Yeah, go for it. Okay, we got the Poon. Yeah, Cindy Poon's child. Go for it. Ooh, and separate bows too. That's a pretty fast tempo. Everybody applaud over there. That's great. Nice work. Okay. Before I go, there's a wonderful essay on thing that I read about practice, like what it means to practice, and if practice is, with an instrument is work, or if it feels like fun. For instance, people who get really good at snowboarding, are they thinking about like practicing and making sure that everything is like perfect? Are they thinking of like, okay, I've got these 4 black diamond runs to do today, and oh, it's such a pain. I just don't want to go snowboarding. Right? That seems kind of silly, doesn't it? But sometimes we think about that in terms of a musical instrument. And so I wonder if, for instance, you were to just kind of like, if practicing were the high point of your day, of playing the instrument is a high point of the day. And I can't say that I'm completely there. I can't say that I always enjoy the instrument. In fact, that's kind of a weird thing. But I wonder if there's a way to think about playing the instrument where it's just kind of like, oh, this is the way I'm kind of exploring the world. This is the way I'm sort of learning maybe things about myself. This is the way that I'm perhaps spending time, sort of expanding my horizons, and it could be, and then it expands into everything. For instance, how do you play a piece that might inspire the birds? I've got a couple of birds sitting out here on a tree. Like, what if I were to play just for them, Or what if I were to figure out like, oh, well, how do I get here anyway? How do I get that? How do I solve that problem? Or maybe there's something that like I feel like deep within my soul, maybe in a spiritual way, like that I need to play something either really pretty or really ugly or really difficult or really simple. And you got to kind of split it up and make it kind of part of your exploration. Okay? So, and every note that you make is a good one. Okay? All right. Have fun, y'all. Take care. Bye, everybody.